Hi, this is Blake Cahoon. Would you like to know 3 keys so that you can gain your desires? Good. Then stick around. This is the Spiritual Awakening Show. Hi, it's Blake Cahoon. Welcome to the Spiritual Awakening Show. I am your host, Blake Cahoon of the Angelic Path, soon to be Spiritual Awakenings. We're changing our name. And we're talking about the art of channeling tonight. And one of the things that you want to learn about channeling is some of the benefits it's going to give you and why it's important and how you might even be able to channel a little bit, okay? I've been channeling since 2005, and it has been an absolutely fantastic and fascinating journey. I started out with sensing angels and then starting to talk to angels and then archangels. And then about 2 years later, if that, it was Ascended Masters. This was actually before 2005. It was around 2001, 2000 that I started getting involved with some of these other divine beings. And then it took me a while to figure out what they really wanted to have me do and have me teach. And was I ready for teaching? And was I ready to believe in all this? And it took a little bit of a journey to be able to do a lot of that. So when you're on your own journey, don't fret about the time it's taking you, and don't worry about the time if it's really short, because things are getting sped up. We need more helpers. They need more helpers. And so I know people who have picked up channeling very easily. I have known a lot of people who say they're channeling and they're not. So be discerning when you're looking at this stuff. Even with my stuff, be discerning. Do your research and make sure that what you're looking for within a channel and a channeler and the divine beings is something that's going to resonate with you and feel truthful to you. Okay. So one of the things that we're going to be talking about tonight is the art of channeling. I've got a little segment there that I've put together. And I like putting these little documentaries together because it gives you a chance to really dig deep into material a little bit more than I can as a talking head. So we've got the art of channeling coming up. We do have a message from the team. Now, tonight, because we tape some of this stuff beforehand and record this stuff and put it together, it's just the way YouTube is turning out. And also we're trying something different than we used to try. So, and we're hoping that this is better for you. So we've got a message from the team. It sounds like I'm just talking, but the team has been present throughout this entire show. And that's the divine guidance team of Archangel, Ascended Masters, galactic beings, and other cosmic and divine beings that I've been channeling for, since 2005, which is about 16 years. So, and then we're going to have card readings. Now, we normally do this program live, but again, because of circumstances, because of a lot of different factors, we're recording these things now. That doesn't mean that the card readings are going away. I have set it up so that you get to choose one of 4 or all 4 if that's what you want. We're going to do card readings at the very end. And then at the very end of this program, stick around because I'm going to pull one more card. And that'll be the message for this coming week, okay? So without further ado, let's get going. Here is our Art of Channeling segment.
What is channeling? Spiritual channeling is the art of bringing forth inspired wisdom, divine guidance, and meaningful messages from high vibrational source energy beings through a human who is psychically and spiritually open and clear enough to receive such messages. Spiritual channels can be mediums, and they are usually psychic due to the nature of the work. Channelers differ from mediums, as mediums usually work with the dead. Channelers work with higher vibrational beings, such as angels, ascended masters, and other cosmic and divine beings. Channelers typically share their messages through the written and spoken word. Over the century, people who have been inspired to create great works of art, music, and literature may have been channeling divine assistance. Many have claimed that the work they brought forth wasn't their own, but was from an unseen helping hand. The prophets from the Holy Bible may have been channeling messages from the angels. Various world religions have countless number of stories of divine beings helping mortals throughout the years. Channelers tap into the world of source energy and bring out words and works of wisdom and love. The clear and true channel is always striving to make themselves into a better person, especially if they are public with their delivery of inspired messages. By staying true to their profession, they can serve others better. They don't allow their own personal agenda or ego to creep into the delivery. While the most common method of delivery for a channel are either through the spoken or written word, some channels write everything down and then read it back to an audience, or produce books of channeled content. Many channelers enter a trance-like state of consciousness, which is called either full or semi-trance state. Often these channelers will not remember what they deliver and seem to go to someplace else while delivering the messages from their source of spiritual information. A seemingly rarer form of channeling is known as conscious channeling. This type of spiritual channeler is awake and present during the delivery of the message. Typically, channelers may bring in groups of high vibrational beings or individuals. Angels, archangels, galactic beings, and ascended masters are all the most common realms brought in with delivered messages. Usually messages are helpful, uplifting, inspiring, and motivational. Common messengers include Archangel Michael, the Pleiadians, Master Katumi, and Saint Germain. Once you accept and understand the spiritual realm, you can begin to work with them. You have the opportunity to speak to your angels, to the ascended masters, or even enlightened star beings. With quiet, reflective intention, you may learn to listen and hear their words of love and wisdom. Your first task in contacting and communicating with these beings is learning to be quiet and clear the chatter in your mind. Learning how to meditate will calm and clear this mind chatter. A daily meditative practice can prove beneficial in so many ways, including stress reduction and allowing you to connect with the divine. The second method of communicating with divine spiritual beings is through simple asking. Simply look up to the heavens and state out loud, "Angels, help." It is best to have a definitive intent or question formed first. Hold your intent in your heart and repeat this simple phrase 3 times. Then be still and listen and feel any shift in room temperature, or if outside, check to see if there's a gentle breeze that might kick up. The smell of roses often signals the presence of the divine. While you may not hear any words, you may see in your mind's eye an object, a scene, or simply colors. You may get a general feeling of love and wisdom, followed by a feeling of whatever your question may be. Begin to look for signs after you ask your question, to know if it was heard. Look for signs of three sightings in a row of objects or events that take your attention and may be related to something significant to you or within the scope of the question. When you hear a whispering in your ear, feel if it is simply your inner voice or something more. What is it saying? Do you feel comfortable with the words? Angels and higher vibrational beings will never judge you or use harsh words with you. They will never make you feel guilty or place blame. They will also not lead you to actions that will harm yourself or others. When the message is pure and for your highest good, then you know it is from the angels. If it is not, examine it carefully and disregard it if it does not feel right to you. It takes practice to become a spiritual channeler. Patience and practice are key. Learn to quiet your mind and be in the present. Journal your answers to your questions. Trust the process and believe. Study trustworthy channelers. The divine is waiting to help you with your life choices, issues, and challenges. Let them in and let the magic begin.
So that was the art of channeling. I really hope you enjoy these little segments that we're putting together. We're putting them together so that you can get some more information. We're also taking them and snipping them out of this show and just showing them as a separate clip on YouTube. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe and press the notification so that you can be notified when we have a new show. We are attempting, and we are really trying to keep to this new schedule, to put fresh content out there every week. Right, and we were putting it on Tuesdays, and because of circumstances, I couldn't do it this week. So I'm putting it together for Thursday or Friday. I've said Friday, but maybe I'll put it out Thursday. I don't know. But what we're going to do is put fresh content out every week. Plus, we're going to be putting other little videos out on YouTube. We're going to try to do some Facebook videos too, and we'll see what happens. So be sure you like, be sure you subscribe, and we do have a Facebook group called Spiritual Awakenings. We have now a Facebook business page called Spiritual Awakenings. Facebook, some of you know, some of you don't know, but Facebook unfortunately took away the Angelic Path original business page, which had 3,000 people liking and following, and never gave it back. So we had to start over. And so we have. So that is why we're kind of changing our name. We're trying to bring you more divine guidance content. We have lots of different shows lined up for you, but if you'd like to comment, please do so and let us know what you'd like to see. Okay. So now that you have seen the art of channeling, and again, thank you so much for that, let's go ahead and take a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to see the message from the team for this week. It's fascinating. Stay tuned. When a young woman stumbles across the mystery of a haunted house, a twist of time finds her tumbling into the arms of a handsome stranger. Will it be fireworks for this couple? Will they have a happy ending? Or will evil threaten to destroy them both? Find out in this time-bending novel by Blake Cahoon. This is a segment of our show where I give a message from the team. Now, one of the things that the team gives me is opportunities to deliver their message through my channeling. And I'm a conscious channel, which means that I come in as a conscious beings and then kind of slip in and take over. So I don't really have to go under. And you'll learn more about channeling in our segment on channeling. And I hope you enjoy that. But I asked the team, how do I springboard some ideas about what it is that you want me to channel? And usually something comes up in my week that allows me to figure out what I am supposed to channel. Now, one of the things that came was I had a client, and I do personal consultation still, but I had a client and she's reached that age where she wants to know, what's my purpose? And we usually get this age, which is really the audience I'm trying to get to. We get to a point in our lives where we say, okay, is this all there is? Aren't I supposed to be doing more? What's next? Okay, I've done XYZ, but what is next for me? And aren't I supposed to be feeling fulfilled in my life? And the answer to that is yes, but you don't need to struggle about that. And one of the things that comes up in my bailiwick is what often comes up in my purview is people asking, what is my life purpose? What is my soul's mission? And to that, I say, let's first of all, just calm down, because they want to rush. They run, I need to know, I need to start fulfilling yourselves now. There's no more time. There's no more, and one of the things the team has said over and over again is slow it down, calm down, because you've got lifetimes to live. We're in the spiritual world, we believe in reincarnation. It means you have lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. You usually have a central theme, and you're usually drawn to people and things and events and interests and even challenges that are going to be part of that central theme. Now, when I started this video, I reached for one of my card decks, which I find helpful to springboard some of these ideas and perhaps give you a different direction or a different perspective. And so right now I'm using the teachings of Abraham. Some of you have heard of him, well-being cards. And I went through and I thought, well, I'm just going to pick a card and figure out what it is I'm talking about. You know, when the team wants something done, they want something done, and that's the way it is. So what I want to do is, I was drawn to this card, which kind of that's part of a theme that I'm seeing within this show. To me, it's fascinating the way some of these shows come together, because I have a loose script and I have things that I want to go through and I want to talk about. But you know, inevitably, sometimes the team just has completely different ideas. But at the end of the program, I see this running theme, and I'm starting to see that. So this is the card I drew from this deck that I just showed you. The main event isn't the destination, it's my joyous journey. Okay. And I'm going to read the back. You did not come forth seeking assignments to complete. Did you hear that? You did not come forth seeking assignments complete. You came forth for reason to flow and to love and enjoy life. So when you're asking the team, or Abraham, who is probably part of the team, or some aspect of it, or a lot of the other beings that we've talked about in this show, your soul's mission. You don't have one specific soul's mission. Ultimately, if you do have one, it's simply to love and enjoy life, to allow love in your life, to allow the flow of love to flow out to others, and to simply enjoy life, however that shows up for you. Now, a lot of these times, these cards are extremely vague, and I always get in my head, okay, well, what about the drug addict? Aren't they enjoying themselves? Aren't they really? What about people who abuse their bodies? Well, usually people who abuse their bodies through some form are dealing with some challenges or issues in their life. And what the team is trying to tell you is, if you're working out through going through the spiritual path opposed to the religious path, it ain't for the faint of heart. But you're on this path now, and I applaud you, and the team applaud you for being on it. Because now you're able to look at your issues and go, is this really serving me well, or isn't it? And how do I want to change? And one of those things that you usually want to change is not running away from your problems, but facing them, dealing with them, and then coming out the other side of them feeling more accomplished and more fulfilled. To love and enjoy life. Let me read the rest of this card. Even though you return home at the end of any vacation, the idea of your holiday is not to complete it as quickly as possible so that you can check it off your to-do list. The idea of your vacation and of this life experience is to have a joyous experience. And part of the way we do that is by allowing ourselves the experience of whatever we are facing. And instead of saying, oh, woe is me, having the courage and the sense of self-responsibility to say, something's cropped up in my purview, in my view, and now what do I want to do about that? And a lot of times when we're younger, and you can tell by the gray in my hair that I'm not that young anymore, that when we're younger, we're still searching. We're still searching for our own truth, and we're still searching, and this is coming from the team, for our own sense of where we want to go. For me, it was, I always wanted to be a novelist, and now I am. And I always felt drawn to this type of work. And when I was given the opportunity to channel, it scared the bejesus out of me. And I didn't know where I was going with this. And I still really don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm getting better at it. But the thing is that I'm doing now, instead of rushing and saying, okay, bingo, I'm a channeler or I'm a novelist. It took years to get me here. And it's going to take you years to get wherever you want to be. So enjoy the journey. Learn to enjoy the journey. Life is supposed to be full of happiness and joy. And if it's not, then you need to look at your surroundings and start a laundry list of what it is that you want to change. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So you need to learn to make change and not be afraid of change. And that's key right there. Don't be afraid of change, because on the flip side of change could be a magnificent journey, and it could make your heart sing. And that's what the team wants to tell you tonight. Allow your heart to sing. Okay, and that's our message for tonight. Thank you very much. Many blessings. And we're back. So before we get started with the card reads, I did want to give you just a few announcements. Keeps the lights on. So as you all know, I'm a novelist. I've been writing a series of books called The Twist of Time. We're now on book 6. You'll notice the colors and sort of the cover. It is a Christmas story. Charles and Kate find Christmas joy after a fashion in between all their adventures. So I always wanted to do a Christmas story, and so it is a little shorter, it's a little less expensive, and this is in paperback. You can find it on Amazon, on Kindle too, and it's a lot of fun. Frankly, I have to say that I really do enjoy writing these. I enjoy reading them too. So another place and time, great Christmas gift. Okay. If you like Gothic romance, you might want to try our book that we released this summer, Under a Pale Moon. This is a new series called the Claiborne Manor book. It has a lot of reincarnation in it. And it is completely different than Charles and Kate. And we want you to check that out. Again, it's available through Amazon. We have them in stock here at the web store. We'll be happy to sign them and send them out to you. And excuse me, one of the things that Amazon has done, allowing me to write and publish my books, but in paperback. Well, they have hardcover now too. So we tried one and we went ahead and released it. This was our first Twist of Time book. As you can tell that these are proofs that we have. We haven't gotten them in stock yet. And it is hardcover. It is a hardcover. It is hardcover. It is a hardcover. I don't know if you can tell it's hardcover, but it is. It's hardcover. This is what they're coming up with on hardcovers. And so Twist of Time is now available in hardcover, softcover, and Kindle. So of course, it makes all a great Christmas gift. And so you will find them on Amazon or our web store, which right now is www.theangelicpath.com. We're not going to change that until after the holiday season. So we will be on the channel, The Angelic Path. We will have a web store and a website called theangelicpath.com. So I just want to let you be aware of all of these little goodies. Christmas is coming up and they do make a nice gift. And of course, this is the Christmas thing. And I'm very proud of these books. So anyway, so there you go. Here's the commercial. Okay, next is our card reading. I think you're going to like this. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Show some messages. We're going to be using 4 cards, and I want you to choose one of the 4 cards that we're going to show you. And I'm actually going to be using this deck, to do this with. And I'm going to shuffle. And all you have to do is tell me 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to place them down. And then I'm going to show you these. Okay. Doing it slightly different than we used to because now we're recording, because we're now showing this stuff on YouTube. And okay. Here's card 1 and card 2 and card 3 and card, and we choose at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So what we want you to do right now is choose a card 1 to 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, we're going to do it this way. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is giving you time to choose a card. Which one feels good to you? 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, let's look at number 1. This is, what do you desire? What do you desire? Card number 1. And of course, I need my glasses. Fortunately, I have them. I have quite a few of them. I found a bunch of them the other day. So, okay, what do you desire? You now have the opportunity to write the script according to your heart's true desires. Once you clearly decide upon your true desires, and that's key to all this, you have to actually clearly decide. No wishy-washy. And know that you are ready. Again, there's another key factor. Know that you are ready for what it is that you're asking for and deserving of them. Number 3, you need to know that you deserve what you're asking for. They will rush into your life as if by magic. Okay, I'm going to repeat that because there's some very valuable lessons within this one card. And that's what we do. We try to bring you some little lessons. And the team is working with me as we're presenting this to you. What do you desire? You now have the opportunity to write the script according to your heart's true desires. Once you clearly decide upon your true desires and know that you're ready and deserving of them, they will rush into your life as if by magic. And I can tell you from personal experience that has a tendency to be true. So what is it that you desire? This is card number 1 if you selected it. Okay, on to card number 2. Ah, yes, steady progress, steady progress. Okay. We acknowledge you for the progress you've made in remembering love in your daily activities. We can clearly see the contributions you're making to the world through your thoughts, feelings, and actions of love. There we go. Steady progress. So what the team is telling me to tell you is that stop beating yourself up if you don't feel like you're rushing to your goals. It's part of the journey. You're not supposed to be rushing, because then you get to the very end and it's like, oh, I'm done. Now what? Because you're always going to ask, now what? So enjoy the steady progress of your journey, your spiritual journey. And this is card number 2. Okay, if you chose that, that's directed to you. But remember that the team often will take cards and give them to everybody. So if you resonate with one or the other, or all 4 of them, it doesn't matter, except what the team is offering you. So, daydream number 3, card number 3, daydream. You will more easily hear and receive our messages if you daydream regularly. This sparks the imagination. This gets you into a mindset of accepting and allowing the messages to flow to you. Relax and open your mind to receiving without directing your thoughts. Notice any feelings, visions, or ideas as if you were watching a movie. This is the seat of creation, and this is card number 3. Allow yourself to daydream some more. And number 4. Oh, this is always important. Cleanse and detoxify. Cleanse and detoxify. And this says, with great love and respect, we ask you to detoxify your precious and sensitive bodies. Okay, I think they're talking to me. Too much Halloween candy. Just too much candy in the house. I'm going through sugar withdrawal. At your request, we'll help you to develop life-affirming ways to deal with stress. Because isn't that what happens when we get stressed out? We get into bad habits when we get stressed out. As well as ease any sorrow or shedding your old ways. Give your cares, worries, and concerns to us and feel the beautiful grace of your newly purified body. So if you're getting an inkling about changing up your diet, don't go overboard. We're just about to hit the winter season and all the delicious food that is out there. So don't go crazy, but just become self-aware of what it is that you're putting in your body, how much you're stressing about stuff, and then try to change up some of your habits to rectify some of that. Baby steps, baby steps. So again, card 1 was, what do your desires? And we taught you about the 3 keys on how you get this, which is right in the copy. Steady progress, remind you that steady progress is the way. Rushing towards anything, it's just going to stress you out. Daydream, allow your imagination and your mind to expand, to allow the messages to come to you. And of course, we're always here to give you the messages if you're not able to do that. But if you resonate with that, then just get those creative juices flowing, they're saying. It's important to get those creative juices flowing. And then cleanse and detoxify. Don't go overboard these days, this holiday season, with your diet or with gluttony. You want to keep a nice balance going. So I hope one of those cards spoke to you, or all 3, or one or the other. I hope that regardless, the message was helpful to you. And we want to say thank you for listening to our segment about our new method of showing you our card reads and our mini readings. Thank you. So that was our card reading. Did you enjoy that? A lot of good insights came out of that. It was very fascinating to me to see how many insights. And I promised you one more card. One of the things that I really liked was that what do you desire? And the 3 different keys to gain that desire. Did you catch that? I'm just going to review that, and then we're going to draw a final card. Then we'll wrap up our show, and we'll see you next week. Make sure you subscribe and get notified. What do you desire? You now have the opportunity to write the script. That's another bonus thing. Another tip here is write it down. Write it down. Whatever it is that you desire, write it down. It adds energy to the frequency of that which you are trying to manifest. Write it down. You now have the opportunity to write the script according to your heart's true desires. Once you clearly decide upon your true desires and know that you're ready and deserving of them, they'll rush into your life as if by magic. Okay. Now let's take time to do one more, and I don't know if they showed it. We showed it. Yeah, I'm sure we did. But this is what we're using today. And I hope you've enjoyed the show. I really hope you've enjoyed the show. And I hope you tell your friends about us. So here is our bonus card. And this will be good for the entire week. So, hey team, don't fail me now. We won't. I can hear you guys. Yeah, I love it. I love it. They're such a great bunch. Okay. This is one that they often will use at the end of shows. See only love. See only love. Ah, yes. See only love. Put your fears aside. Put your doubts. Look past the seeming errors, mistakes, and misunderstandings, and see only the love within each person, including yourself. Your resolute focus upon the love that underlies every situation brings about healing in undreamed of ways. You know, we talked about this earlier. When it wraps right back up to, and I did not pick these, I picked these just as you saw them. That's the magic of this show. And throughout the show, I'm guided on how to draw and present so that it gives you a real clear idea that the angels are working for us, not against us. Life is actually working for you, not against you. Allow that joy and that love to come into your life, and you will find your soul's mission, and you'll find that it is fulfilling to wherever you are now. Your soul mission doesn't stay static. It weaves throughout your lifetime. It undulates like the ocean waves. Whatever you're drawn to, dabble. Be responsible, but dabble and see where it goes. Allow the joy to fill your heart. That's a message from the team. Yet another little bonus. That's it for our show this week. I want to say thank you from the bottom of all our hearts to say thank you for being here. And we hope to see you in our next video. Many blessings. Good night.